Caller, get tonight. Roll tight, got I hit the highway, making money to fly away. But it's got to be a better way, a better way, a better way, yeah.
Back down south, rolling beans on blocks, most really high guys shining with shortstop.
How's it going? Hey, what's up, man?
What's up,
You
man?
help me stretch my arm out real quick?
Yeah, no problem. So we can work on today besides this.
Try to get some shots up.
All right. First side?
That's good.
Cool.
Hey, thanks.
All right, AI. I see you want to work on your three-point shooting. Let's get set up.
Get it started, man. Let's get it started. Right there. Keep the ball, huh? Let's go.
Poetry in motion, AI.
Hop to it. This is where it counts.
Hey, see you later, man.
questions. Oh yeah, people. With double MyPoint Pro-Am events, where can you play games to earn that sweet double MP? There are 2 correct answers down there.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And Oklahoma City is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Thunder will be going up against the Charlotte Hornets. And for Charlotte, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. And in tonight's matchup, we'll get to watch a
All right, guys, listen up. I need your attention for a minute. Got a very special guest here with me today. That's right, he don't even need an introduction. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now listen, Kareem is gonna be working with the team as a special advisor over this season, all right? That means individual attention for each of you. But before we go out here and win this game, I wanted him to say a few words to you guys. Take it away, big dog.
Thanks, Coach. I've been watching what this team has done to start the season, and there's a lot to like. But one of the main things I want to stress to you guys, to each one of you, is how important it is to find balance in your life. Being a professional athlete isn't easy. So you've got to remember to explore the world off the court every chance you get. Go to the library, read a book, educate yourself, and it'll make a difference for you on the court. I promise you that.
Yes, believe me, guys, that's some great advice, all right? I urge you to take everything this man is saying to heart. He ain't a 6-time champ for nothing. Balance is key. So with that being said, let's focus up, let's go out here and let's win this game, okay? Let's go, come on.
Let's do it.
Listen, AI, you know, I've heard your story. I know where you've been. You have all the potential in the world. But perhaps more than anyone else on this team, you need to be careful not to get caught up in all the off-court distractions. Don't worry about things like fame and branding. Those will come. Focus your time and energy on
Rock on the sleep. You better bring your pajamas. Look how they slipping and falling. I got them going bananas. I got an ankle bully graveyard. Give me your ankle to bury it. This is an ankle under investigation. Y'all gotta guess who did it. The ankle bully was playing. You better take a relation. I like to shake them and break them. Straight to the hole, I'ma take them. Already know I'm making because I'm an ankle bully.
Upcoming games. Order your tickets online or
You need your ankle brace. Run from the ankle bully.
And don't forget to come out to the game for calendar day.
It's all right, your ankle breaker.
The pictures of your favorite mascot.
You know I'm the ankle bully.
Thunder Girls.
So don't get your ankles taken.
Don't forget to bring the family to an upcoming game where we're giving away free team basketballs. The first 5,000 fans through the arena will get a free Thunder basketball.
Live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the home of the Thunder, we're broadcasting from the Chesapeake Energy Arena. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. How it's ended out today.
Well,
David, as always, thank you. I remember seeing that dunk. Wow.
And that was the talk of the basketball world for a minute. I remember seeing for the first time and just wondering, who is this kid?
Doris, and the light finally goes on for a young guy. So fun to watch. Younger players who've got all the talent and all the world right in front of them, but yet haven't put it all together just quite yet.
It's amazing to me how quickly we can give up on a young guy who maybe doesn't find success right out of the gates. But the reality is you have to remember, player development is the lifeblood of this league, maybe now more than ever with the current state of the salary cap. So a little patience as a fan base goes a long, long way.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Batum is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in at the 5. Walker with a clean look. Off target with his 3. Outside, George. Inside. All sorts of time. And the shot falls short this time. The Hornets on offense. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And really the difference maker on that night, it's their ability to knock down shots from beyond.
Well, I think, Greg, that's where basketball has shifted, right? The 3 ball is so important nowadays, and they completely took advantage of it.
Westbrook passes to Buckets. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Westbrook against Walker. Shot clock at 5. And it's Westbrook missing. Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against the Golden State Warriors.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively. And when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
And, Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
You know, it's an invaluable asset to have. He's as tenacious down there as anyone.
Come on. The Thunder have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. No good from Buckets.
Boy, they wanted to hit the ground running today, but it hasn't happened. Just 1 for 5 from the field.
And Lamb kicks to Walker. Down low. Here's Lamb. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the way up.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
Buckets, guarded by Walker. Kidd-Gilchrist against Grant. It's blocked. Lamb with the ball. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. And Lamb slams it home.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Westbrook finds Adams. Buckets, guarded by Walker, and it's good for 2.
Leave him open from mid-range like that, and there's not much doubt he'll knock it down. Come on, guys, you got to think.
And Batum throws it down.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Westbrook passes to Buckets. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. 7 points for Buckets.
Well, listen, there's no one around him, and he says thank you very much. Wide open look at 3, as easy as that.
Pass to Lamb. Pulls it from the elbow. They grab their own miss. The kick out to Walker. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Raptors. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, Charlotte. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And when I look at Charlotte, they've never been able to take that next step this season and really break away from the pack.
Yeah, I think if that next step was coming, it would have happened by now. They can't be worried about could-haves and should-haves. They need to be focused 100% on the push for the playoffs.
And Kidd-Gilchrist gets it to go in.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done. What I love about Russell Westbrook is his single-minded pursuit of a championship. But boy, you better bring your game if you're a member of the media. He wants good questions in an orderly fashion.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 1. Here's Adams. Over Zeller. Adams' shot is good. The Hornets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Now here's Lamb. Tight defense on him. And it's Buckets with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hornets with possession here. Here's Lamb. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Lamb's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And another lead change. The fans are really getting their money's worth here tonight.
Well, this is what they pay to see, right? Competitive, close games are simply the best to be involved in.
And George gets it to go.
Excellent offensive positioning from Paul George. Size, length, touch. Beautiful.
Walker against Westbrook. To the middle. Here's Lamb. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Lamb's got 8.
Listen, he's been a key component of their offense tonight. Efficient and effective.
Westbrook passes to Buckets. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
From the opening tip, he's been active and working for good looks. He's been pretty accurate.
Walker surveying the floor. And Adams sends it back.
Well, so good at anticipating when shots are going to go up. Steven Adams, terrific protecting the basket. Well, the defense paying no attention at all to him, and all he can do is throw up a brick. Ouch.
And Batum kicks to Walker. And that one, good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Hornets shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77%.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Westbrook against Parker. He kicks to Lamb. Outside, Batum. Charlotte again missing. Oklahoma City leading by 7. The forwards, George and Grant. Russell Westbrook out there with buckets. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kemba Walker helped lead UConn to a national title, but it took some time to hit his stride at the NBA level. He finally became an all-star, but his team is rebuilding in Charlotte. Mitch Kupchak is the new general manager, and James Borrego is the new head coach. Guys?
A terrific player, D.A., for sure. Thanks. Charlotte shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. First free throw is good.
And what a career it's been for Tony Parker. 4 titles to his name, a finals MVP, 6-time All-Star. I mean, the accolades go on and on for what is truly one of the most impressive resumes you'll see in the NBA.
Count that bucket. Westbrook's got the lead up to 10 now for Oklahoma City.
We know this, Kevin. This mid-range game has always been attached to Russell Westbrook.
And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And for Tony Parker, will certainly go down as one of the greatest Spurs ever to put on a San Antonio uniform.
No doubt about it, Kevin. And it's strange to see him in any other uniform than a San Antonio Spurs. And he made a move in the offseason, and you know. Here's what he brings to this team. A lot of experience, championship pedigree, and a guy that I think could maybe help get this Hornets team over the hump.
Buckets, covered by Lamb. Kicks it to Westbrook. Shoots. The shot's good from Buckets. Buckets got 11.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Parker dishes to Lamb. And it's Buckets with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Parker against Westbrook. Parker finds Zeller. Clock at 4. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. From deep.
I love that Russell Westbrook tries to be disruptive. His ability to use his speed to contest is a thing of beauty.
The Hornets have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Locker room presence, one of the aspects that gets overlooked by fans, but Doris, not by coaches. And there are some players who have that presence.
You know what, Kevin? And this can take the shape of a lot of different things. So one guy that comes to mind is Sean Livingston. Always calm, always about team. Thaddeus Young is not a name necessarily that is at the top of everybody's best player list, but anyone who's ever coached Thad Young believes in his ability to affect positively a locker room. Then you have those guys who maybe are going to challenge you a little bit more, but ultimately are good for the team. And I would cite Draymond Green, who will call out a teammate if necessary, push them to greater heights. You need both kinds, I think, Kevin, in your locker room.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
The shot's good from Buckets.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Hornets trail by 20. Parker outside. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up.
And Parker is just so deceptive on the drive. He just knows how to force the issue down low.
When you think about the Oklahoma City Thunder, you have to start and end the conversation with the historic regular seasons put on by Russell Westbrook. The one thing you have to wonder, has he taken them as far as he can?
And if you're building a team around Westbrook on paper, Doris, how do you do it?
Well, he's a player, obviously, who needs the basketball in his hands. And if you look at a team like the Rockets, where James Harden is complemented by shooters and a rim runner, you wonder if that's the blueprint for somebody like Russell Westbrook.
Here's Buckets. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
We are talking about a big-time offensive rebounder, and Steven Adams unafraid to impose his will with that frame.
Outside, Batum. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Buckets. They get a hand on it. Batum with the steal. To the paint. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And slam dunk by Kid Gilchrist.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. At the elbow, Zeller. Parker outside. And a wide open look for Lamb. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Lamb's got 11 points.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Here's Buckets. And it's off the back rim. No good. Now here's Lamb. Not a lot of room. Here's Zeller. And that one is off. Adams, some nice D. The Thunder leading by 18. Here's Buckets. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 6th assist on the night. Charlotte has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Now here's Parker. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana.
Really, exposed a lot of seams in the defense with his passing, too. That assist total was impressive.
Extraordinary work from Parker to find his teammate for the open basket. His passing is just phenomenal.
And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Charlotte calls timeout. Russell Westbrook's mantra is, why not? Way of daring himself to greater heights.
I think, Kevin, in time, it became a way to build confidence to take on the world. That why not? Who says you can't? He lives by that maxim, and I love it, Kevin.
Parker with the bounce pass. And Lamb kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. To the inside. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist from Kidd-Gilchrist. 15 points for Lamb.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here's buckets. Off the left rim and out. Hornets trail by 19. Inside. The pass to Lamb. Misses the 3. Oklahoma City's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Parker looking over the floor, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. George passes to Buckets. Back to George. Over Batum. And that one's good. George has got 8 here in the quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And they're pushing it up. Here's Buckets. His three-pointer's off the mark. Now here's Lamb. He's covered closely. Fires the 3. And the 3-ball is good. Lamb's got a pair of triples in the second now for Charlotte.
Boy, as aggressive as he's been, hitting all these shots, they're still behind.
Buckets, covered by Lamb. Knocks it loose. Inside. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Parker up top. He's covered by Westbrook. To the paint. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. A different look for Oklahoma City. Nerlens no. A dominating. First half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Thunder.
Thanks.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And you know, Buckets has really been making it happen, guys.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
Well, didn't you get the sense, Greg, that this entire team fed off his energy? His remarkable effort on the defensive end really triggered this group.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. We've got Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Jeremy Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. Then it's Zeller, and it's Batum in its small forward. And Walker kicks to Lamb. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Guys, Jeremy Lamb, 2 years at UConn, drafted by the Thunder, but he's come into his own with the Hornets.
Yeah, and what some exec call the second draft, finding young players who, for whatever reason, haven't been able to make an impact with their first team. Sometimes that change of scenery and ability to mature can do wonders for a player.
As physical a player as there is in the entire NBA, Steven Adams putting the defense in a tough spot.
For Oklahoma City, they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night, and he sinks the second.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Walker finds Batum. Just 5 to shoot. Lamb gets deflected, and he gets it back.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
The shot's good from Buckets. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
And it's Walker penetrating and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the Hornets.
And their guards really have done what they could to keep it close. What little offense they've been able to generate has come from the backcourt. They just need a little more balance.
Commissioner Adam Silver recently said there's nothing magical about 82 games. Doris, what do you read into that?
I read nothing more than the leadership that Adam Silver is about. And it seems to me that the NBA is one of the most proactive professional sports leagues in the world. And by that I mean, Kevin, they will evaluate every aspect of their business. If they believe it's advantageous to make change, then they will go to their competition committee, they will go to their ownership committees, and they will make whatever change they believe is for the ultimate good of the game. And that's exactly what you'd hope for.
Personally, 82 games, in your opinion, what do you think?
You know what, Kevin, it can be a little bit of a grind, but there is money at stake. And obviously that's a difficult thing for owners to come up and over. The players would have to want to give some money back. So listen, 82 games is long, but what happens, I don't know.
George against Batum. Down low, and Lamb slams it home.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Buckets. Tries again. Adams' shot is off.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
No good from Lamb. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Here's Buckets. Sinks the three-pointer. Buckets got 14 points now in the second half.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Charlotte calls timeout. One of the stories here, Buckets getting it done today.
Yeah, I think they've got to be talking about just guarding him a little more tightly on the perimeter or keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, period. That's about the only way you're going to cool this guy off.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Russell Westbrook, the past month has been surreal. He's around 14 points per game, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
Passes it to Buckets. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Buckets got 39.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And Batum kicks to Lamb. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Boy, picking up where he left off. His second from distance this half, 5 overall.
Grant outside. Pass to Buckets. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Lamb's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Walker. Zeller trying to free himself up. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 14 points for the game.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
In the corner, George with it. Out to the wing. Puts it up. The shot's good from Buckets. Buckets got 41.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Here's Walker, plenty of space. The Thunder pull it in.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Buckets. Great look there, but off target.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. They'll take that every time.
And here's Walker outside. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Now the pass to Buckets. Oklahoma City the rebound.
And the offensive rebounding really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
Walker the pass to Lamb. There's the feed to Zeller. Yep, that one goes in there. Zeller's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, Mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. For the Thunder, Noel. The Hornets shooting at 51%. Really solid. The 4 and the 5 are Grant and Noel. Dennis Schroeder is out there with buckets. And it's George in at the small forward. Position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Feeds it to Williams. 11 feet away and misses it off the right side of the rim. Oklahoma City leading by 23. Buckets passes to George. And it's Schroeder in the corner. You look at the state of the game. International leagues getting better and better, Doris. There's no doubt about it. We see it at Olympic times and during FIBA play in between. We see a lot of NBA players who have spent time abroad. I think they come back better.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Kevin. I think wherever you can hone your craft and do it in a competitive environment where winning and losing is at stake on a nightly basis, it has so many opportunities. for learning and growth. So, okay, I can't turn it over 5 times in a competitive environment, regardless of what league I'm playing in, because that's to the detriment of my team. If I'm lazy on the defensive end, I'm going to get exposed by good offensive players. To me, Kev, I love any time there's competitive basketball being played. I want to watch it.
Love that answer. That one goes in. Buckets got 43 points.
Now, this guy's trying to close this game out in style. He's not going to stop attacking until he's sure this win is in the books.
To the inside, and stolen by Noel. Passes it to Buckets. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Parker. And he can't get the first one.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Charlotte. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. 35 points for Lamb.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Now the fast break. Lamb with the ball. Shot from 12. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Grant the pass to Buckets. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Adams with it. He's picked up by Lamb. Here's Buckets. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And so it's Parker with it. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. When it comes to building confidence, Doris, some people say playing one-on-ones in practice is a huge help. Is that something that you did when you were playing at Providence?
Kevin, I believe this could be the single greatest development tool for any individual player. If you start at the free throw line and play one-on-one against a player who's maybe slightly above your level or certainly at your level, and you limit that one-on-one from the free throw line to 2 dribbles or less, your skill set, I promise you, is going to develop. The other thing I would encourage young players to do is play 3-on-3, because it forces you to move and to cut and to screen, and how to do those things properly if you're going to be effective. I love one-on-one, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. It always helps you when you go back to the 5-on-5.
That's such great advice. Good, another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. On the wing, Lamb. He kicks to Williams. Knocked loose. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
And the Hornets making a change here. Zeller's checked in. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Lamb. Stolen by George. And now a fast break for the Thunder. George has got the ball. No good from buckets. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
They double him with George. And the layup's good off the glass.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Parker against Schroeder. Bridges, no one around him. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
That's as good a look as he's going to get beyond the arc, but there are no sure things from that range, even for him. He's fighting it in this quarter, hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year, and you know, with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter or tweak?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin, and I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA-ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play where players are becoming more athletic, and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you.
And when you give Parker room to work his magic down inside, he knows how to finish with style.
Buckets covered by Parker. Here's Buckets. Good D by Parker.
You know what? His finishing ability is not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
No good from Lamb. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. The shot's good from Buckets.
I'll tell you, this guy will not stop pouring it on. It doesn't matter what approach they've tried to use against him. He has had an answer for everything.
Lamb finds Zeller. To the middle. No good from Lamb.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Grant the pass to Buckets. And another one.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. Bridges against George. That shot misses. And the Thunder going the other way now.
Well, this is a tough night so far. They'd be smart to rely more on a couple of their other options.
And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for Charlotte. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta, where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Here's Lamb. And the Hornets miss again. The Thunder have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%.
Well, Steven Adams increasingly making himself a factor on the offensive end night after night.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Out to Parker to stop the run. Drops in the tray. Parker's got 5 points now this quarter.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Here's Buckets. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 7th assist in the game. Charlotte's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Parker finds Zeller. It's stolen by Adams. Pulls it up. No good from Buckets.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
It's Parker with the drive. The teardrop falls in.
Yeah, that floater is another one of Parker's go-to shots, one that continues to befuddle defenses.
Pass to Buckets. From deep. Bridges with the board. The Hornets shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. Lamb. And a miss there on the triple.
But I love the determination, guys. It's simply not there for him right now.
And again, 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Parker with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Parker against Schroeder. Parker kicks to Bridges. Clock at 4. From the wing. And too long on the shot.
I'll tell you, his touch has been off all day, and now his judgment is starting to go by the wayside as well. That's a poor shot.
Buckets passes to George. Shoots the 3. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the fourth, strictly from the perimeter.
Well, they've got the green light to pull the trigger from 3, and I'll tell you, they put it to good use here.
Cody Zeller. 1:58 left to play in the final quarter. And the pass to Buckets. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 8th assist here tonight. Hornets shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Parker dishes to Zeller. To the middle. Here's Lamb. And Lamb slams it home.
I'll tell you, it was the sharp passing that led to that shot. Terrific teamwork.
Oklahoma City shooting around 60% on the night. Amazing work offensively so far. No good from Buckets. Charlotte has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Thunder.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Buckets.
Well, I think his contribution clearly came at the defensive end, right? He came up with a bunch of huge steals. He was a menace all night long.
The Hornets shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded closely. There's 39 seconds left in the game. And it's Buckets with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another win, and the streak goes on. This role has been amazing. How are you sustaining this level of play every night?
Well, that's the talent that we have, DA. Long as the effort's there, the win's going to be there, too. That's the kind of team that we got, and we believe in ourselves, and we believe in each other. It's simple as that.
You're making believers out of a lot of people around the league. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
my favorite, that's definitely the classic crossover. You can embellish it all you want, but when it comes to that, pure mechanic.
You got time for a quick interview? We have Griff standing by.
Okay, where we going?
Right this way.
AI.
What's up, Griff? How you doing, man?
Good. You were a force on defense tonight, and it's not always easy to stand out on that side of the ball. What do you have to say about your defensive effort and what it means to have your work on that end get noticed?
You know, I pride myself on being an all-around player. I mean, I know the fans usually prefer offense, and, you know, I love putting on a show when I can, but sometimes you just got to go into full lockdown mode, and that's exactly what I did tonight.
It's almost like you were built as a lockdown defender from the very beginning.
Whoa, Griff. That's a little too meta for me right there, okay? Let's just say that, you know, it was a good win, and thank you for noticing that my contribution on both sides of the ball.
Always an interesting interview, AI. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, AI. You can head in now.
All right, take care, guys.
How's it going?
right, AI, let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
Get it started, man. Let's get it started. Hey, ball.
Focus! Keep the flow going, guys. Let's go.
Good game last night, AI. All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Come to me.
He can ball, huh?
Well, it wasn't ugly, but it wasn't pretty either.
Next time, man. Next time.
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Hey, he can ball, huh?
Shot!
just started. Here's what we're going to do.
I see him.
We're only as good as our intel.
Team deathmatch. Black Ops, weapons free. We've taken control. We lost the advantage.
Ready to launch sensor. Sensor dart away.
Hostile care package inbound.
Enemy scout located.
Enemy sniper's nest inbound.
Kill.
Hostile Mantis inbound. Net call. Hostile sentry working.
Ready to launch sensor. Enemy medic down. Sensor dart away.
Hostile care package inbound.
They're done. Good.
Net call. Hostile gunship establishing air superiority. Hostile RCXD spotted.
Enemy gunship above.
sentry working.
Firing sensor dot. Threat destroyed.
Our sentry has resumed operations.
They're done. Painting targets. He's down.
UAV standing by.
Recon requesting UAV data link.
Sit rep. Hostile care package above.
UAV above, commencing surveillance operations.
We're behind. You know what to do.
Percent expended.
Hostile down. Sensor going live.
Net call. Hostile sentry working. Hostile system intrusion has been detected. Hostile UAV circling.
An enemy
Shut
has
down
hacked and disabled your control systems. Hostile malware has been cleaned from your systems.
Enemy establishing drone squad above. We're done here. Black Ops forces to your nearest CCP.
Attack 'em. Crash requesting sniper's nest deployment.
Good effect.
We're only as good as our intel.
Team deathmatch. You're outside the wire. Get kinetic. We're winning this. We're behind. Right here. We have the advantage.
Threat destroyed. Got signal down. Threat destroyed.
Contact, recon. Contact, recon.
Losing the fight. Assault pack's down. Come get it. Hostile UAV circling. We're winning this.
Sensor dart away. Nowhere to hide. Eliminated. Enemy down.
Firing sensor dart.
They're done.
We've lost the lead. Hostile UAV circling.
Hostile UAV above.
Net call. Hostile sentry working.
Enemy UAV expired.
Enemy sniper's nest inbound. Supplies. First come, first served. Enemy Hellstorm detected. Hostile RCXD spotted.
Vision pulse on. Sensor dart out. Taking targets.
Hostile UAV circling.
Kill.
Painting targets.
Down.
Enemy CUAV established above.
Running ice.
Assault pack right here.
Sensor going up. We see you. Hostile signal down.
Disruptor going out.
It's not working. Switch it up. Hostile UAV circling. Net call. Hostile sentry working. Sensor dart out.
Sentry located. Talk bad.
AOR is lost. Mission is Charlie Foxtrot.
in the game.
Somebody pop a day, hold up. Somebody on their way, hold up. I would've grown all day, hold up. Somebody can't relate,
Black
hold up.
Panther.
Stay down with no faking. Go up, top down, I'm in racing. Go up, while I'm in dangerous. Go up, my crowd in rotation, yeah. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Wait, are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? I live on 10. Wait, are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Hold up, the place 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 up.
Down, go to the down. I see cuz jogging down, jogging down. Got Benjamin Franklin on my T-Bano. So drop from the jungle. I keep the on me, I leave you puzzle. Bang, I'm the black card on her, my knee longer than hair on her. That cavity, and I'm the her that salary. Saudi, are you on 10 yet? You know, you can start your
I don't exit here, too much sex in here. Too much.
Rock solid.
Get back.
Right now, Sam.
24 hours. Cut check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector. Don't lie, lie, lie. Cut check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector. Don't lie, lie, lie. No. No, no, no. I ain't got no tickets to the show. You should call the fire marshal, cause I want all the. Hello? Dial 911. No time for the fakers. Courtside at the Lakers. She said 20, this a hit. Girl, you know that's every time I link with him. Make a ice on my arm. Feel like a storm. We make 30,000 in these sweats. 20 up next, that's a bet. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector. Don't lie, lie, lie. Cut the check.
Don't make I got a lot of racks on me, chill. Got a lot of chill on me, yeah. Couple M's in jewelry, chill. I'm a rich like jet ski, chill. And I can't buy no flight, no. Look at my bust down shine, chill. Small, just made my flight, just made my flight. 100 bands up for the next show. I don't want to, just want. I ain't want to tell you that I'm almost, tell you that $1 million cash just laying in the front. All this I saw me dripping, ooh. Kick it, she tripping, chill. I'm too rich to listen, ooh. I'm picking ranks to listen. I ask you why, yeah.
shut up. Let me see you, darling. My lie, 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 lie. My lie, I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up. Now bet you can. I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up. Now bet you can. My mommy said I could be anybody. I said I want who made the Bugatti. Lifestyle is get money, bun everybody. Painting wife, go money to something. Bang, bang. One who understands why I'm always. Who told you I can't handle my is it? You're on the floor, I'm still holding my is it? Talking. Love the weekend. Girls up.
search on my what? Ain't got nothing, man. Ain't got nothing on that. No, straight like that, though.
Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Nothing gets to me too close. Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most. In my guys, design your boots. Look in your eyes and I see, hold on, be surprised when you see. Nothing for no nothing. Nothing gets to me too close. Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most. I was ducking. Me and my guys design your boots. Look in your eyes and I see, hold on, be surprised when you see. You can't be the cops. I can't play myself out like that. Keep getting that dope. Counting mine, won't be trying to get no on my note. I would down bad on my look, my dog like farmers go. Ain't been sweet, but neither is me, so my be 300 or more. I keep close. Phones, but I don't boast. I know what it's like to not have that ain't gonna try me without saying I win it. Gonna disrespect the try my straight up out that 6 ain't with what I'm with you getting dismissed. I give a fatal dedication. Come through. What time you wanna, yeah, you wanna, yeah. Wanna, yeah, come through. Wanna, yeah, come through. What time you wanna, yeah, you wanna, yeah. Wanna, yeah, come through. Vibing, riding 285 just in my thought. Do I need go? Ain't got no time to get in. I can't leave my foot down bad like that. Guess I'm just gon' slow. Partner say he got. This where I'm focused. Need to focus more. That's ain't no. He ain't gon' like that. Step on my free world out there in the bluffy side. Just might see me and can't turn me down. This ain't that vert. Got off was on we could. Got off them. Got up every time I feel the dirt. Got up every time I feel the dirt. You look fair to mention when you gossip in your kitchen. High up, down in prison. High up, down in trenches, huh? Come through. What time you wanna, yeah, you wanna, yeah. Wanna, yeah, come through. Wanna, yeah, come through. What time you wanna, yeah, you wanna, yeah. Wanna, yeah, come through.
Hey, I've been going and going like the Energizer. Yeah, I'm supplying no like Elijah. In the cut, no, might run a compartment Elijah. They say life is a and if that is the case, then I'm finna surprise. And no, I am not an advisor, but I do advise you to pay attention. Never need to mention I'm the heads. Finna push it to the ledge. Yeah, my meds. Ain't got no love for the feds. Can they fin go to your head? Me watch where you tread. I'm finna kill it instead. I'm finna, well, I can never done it, and I wanna run it, and I wanna keep it going and going like infinity. Be the only entity to ever rip it apart. From the start like this, from the heart like this, from the rhythm of your miles a minute, no nitrous. Do it righteous. I've been down this road before. Everybody think that they do, but they don't. Swear to God that they would, but they won't. Spitting riddles in the middle of a pastime. Me and my mom feeling the vibe like yeah, finna get it like yeah. I done made $20 million. I don't flex to be acknowledged. At this point, it's common knowledge. All you haters been abolished. You in the club throwing dollars, but I'm saving mine so my kids go to college. Or maybe whatever they wanna do. Just as long as they never say, Daddy blew $20 million. Ay, he had to flex to be acknowledged. Ay, he in the club throwing dollars and I cannot afford to send me to college. Ay, Daddy just wanna be loved, just like everybody wanna be accepted. Ay, but somehow he had neglected me and my mama for all of this rap. Ay, no, I can up with that. Ay, no, I can up with that. Who you know dropped the album back and back and back and back and back and back again. I'm back again and snap again. And that ain't no other way to write it. Yeah, it's happening cause I've been living in a world of my own. Leave me alone, I'm in the zone where I've been prone to destroy. You cannot avoid this, whack, have annoyed this. Yes, you know I enjoy this. Preach, yeah, I'm trying to reach everybody. nobody in the streets putting words to the beats. Each one teach one, yeah, I'm trying to reach one. Who the beast one? That be me on the charts to the east one. Tell me how you really wanna do it right now. Turn up, shout out everybody, no around and heard of this, heard of us. We ain't going nowhere, it's a herd of us. Hold up, roll up, levitating like I'm David Blaine, living a dream like I'm David Ames. Talk all you want, we are not the same. Step in the spot that ain't know the name. So more albums my first week than Harry Styles and Katy Perry. That ain't a sign of the times, then I don't know what is, man. It's scary, cause I've been blowing up like C4 and I'm 3 for 3 like a free throw. Anybody hating on the boy, take a step back and then now my phone blowing up like ring, 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 ring. That Kevin Durant, I'm a champion. Check the numbers, I'm a champion. Can't sleep on the boy anymore, but the haters that love to hate gon' Star-Lord, champion. Know the name and they know the alias, that's for sure. Gave him 44, now here's 44 more.
Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? What's your name? I ain't playing no games. See these diamonds in my chain. Yeah, I took it to the and she for the fame, so I in my range. Ooh, get that money to the top, never stop. That work, ooh, but I'm the man. Cuban diamonds dance. Had the friend, I might put it on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby, wait, hop up in this race. No, this not a date. This a cruise, but don't debate. Wait, it's getting late. Think it's past 8. Took to my place, baby, me like some. Wait, call Jake. Think I need that. The face, I need to take a break. Wait, but don't be cool. Money stupid blue. Boyfriend is a fool. I'm trying to make you comfortable. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck.
Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. First off, bow down, cause this feel like Midnight Club at D-Town. What's up? Double edition, new keys in the ignition. My hat tipping, Dontrell Willis with the feet kicking. Knees cranking, you see what Pete cranking. I mean, listen, y'all be tripping. See, we lately been seeing y'all be grating. I mean, face it, y'all is cheap fragrance. They know me, the phonies, they copy, they jocking. But Groxy, he just in the pretty boy finna engine title right. Arturo Gotti, we in this thing with the whole posse in his fit. Just asking to just rob me, and these kicks just asking to start rocking. But you ain't gotta ask, just watch me. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son.
Out the I don't need no glass. This is all me, so please don't ask. Ballin' on a budget, gotta make this last. Nick driving reckless, hoping we don't crash. Pull up mad deep with all my little bro just dropped your rent on denim. In the back with my feet up kicking. Belly out with my shirt that's linen. I'm just trying to vibe, yeah, we out here gigging. Two-stepping, just out here killing. Getting hot in here, plus socializing, but you better not ask me to start freestyling. Honestly, I don't like the nightlife, fool. Since I'm here, I guess I'll enjoy the lights like you.
Keep the lights on. I just wanna see you sweat. Just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you're trying to fight, son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna see you sweat. Just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's con. I just wanna see you sweat. See you sweat.
I put the soul in me. Saint Laurent on board my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. And you know I got that roll on me. I put the soul in me. Saint Laurent on board my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. I wanna keep my eyes on it. Wanna cry on it. Can I vibe on it? Get live.
All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. Birds in the singing like Jodeci. Cause of my courtesy. Been do a show, pick up my currency. Versace slippers, color burgundy. Rappers be talking, think they hurting me. I took his make come work for me. Keep the kissing. Round the city. They looking for me. Coming up watching the on TV like that what I wanted to be. Now the one get paid for it. They got us a blessing to see. Doing shows I'm on stage for. Saint Laurent on my feet.
I put the soul in me. Saint Laurent on board my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. And you know I got that roll on me. I put the soul in me. Saint Laurent on board my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. I wanna keep my eyes on it. Wanna cry on it. Can I vibe on it? Get live.
I told that look for me. Drop my top, now I'm a lot of these rappers getting old to me. Publishing, you owe it to me. I'm dropping the top and showing it. Run to the money, we tryna get fed. I took my mind and I had a vision. And then I arrived with 25. We sell out the whole facility. Not liking your vibe, your energy. I came from the with Kimberly. Assembly. We had a good time in Italy. Yo, these be lying by loyalty. Get on my knee, praying to God to cover.
I put the soul in me. Saint Laurent on board my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. And you know I got that roll on me. I put the soul in me. Saint Laurent on board my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. I wanna keep my eyes on it. Wanna cry on it.
right there where the Knicks play. Get cake, gotta make sure mama rent paid. I was dead broke, got my straight. Switch lanes, now they switching up. Made. I've been finessing since the 6th grade. Now I cut fifth fade. Blue phase, money stacking tours like 6'8". New rave, star shining only a fade. It took me a minute, now I'm in the game. Wait a minute, I've been like it's minute paid. Hate, I begin to it, getting paid. Get away, gotta meditate. Get the guap, I'm praying and never stop. Wrists on froze, diamonds on me, do the Millie Rock. This yo, me when I hit the spot. Big bank rolls, used to post about a chicken spot. Had a chance, but you missed it. I can never fold, say you real, but you really not. Moving like a get you bending post like O'Neal, you ain't sending. I be ballin' right there where the Knicks play. Get cake, gotta make sure mama rent paid. I was dead broke, got my straight. Switch lanes, now they switching up. Made. I've been finessing since the 6th grade. Now I cut her off if it fade. Wait, she can straight. Hey, got 1,000 ways just to get paid. I'm in BK10 up the freeway. I just made a highlight, need a replay. I begin to it every night. What's the delay? Remember I was down, tables turn like a DJ. Shorty, you should leave your man, he a cheapskate. I can make a lot of bands on a weekday. She know that I'm the man, ain't no debate. I used to like it's eBay. I'ma do the dash like a relay. Money, I just put the cash on the three-way. Going past through the speed race. Hey, I'ma cut her off, I need space. I don't want your heart, I've been on my grind, boy, you need skates. I got in the game like it's EA. I be ballin' right there where the Knicks play. Get cake, gotta make sure mama rent paid. I was dead broke, got my straight. Switch lanes, now they switching up. Made. I've been finessing since the 6th grade. Now I cut her off if it fade. Wait, she can straight. Hey, got 1,000 ways just to get paid.
This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. I live a wild life, don't judge me. In the lobby, walk in the room, then leave with the that hit my 40 on me. I ain't the same guy when I was 14. I was trying out for the ball team. High school crush was ignoring me. Oh yeah, and that me. Now I'm on the road. Shorties on my shores. Saying I'm about to. I'ma talk cause I ain't finished yet. True be told, yeah, I've been a man. Still gon' let me when the fan. Are you? Oh really now? Aight man, let's get it then. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me.
You know I gotta give them what they asked for. Like Tupac spitting out of tabloids. I'm Will Smith hanging with the bad boys. Get it where I'm from, they never had much. Waters and crackers when they had lunch. Everyone quick to do it. No, living like 5.
Still got a heart of gold, so don't let me go, cause I'm here for you.
Akon flow like it's 06. To my whole fam, please don't trip. Thug Mo's at it again. I'm a dog, but I'm no.
I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. I got what you want, what you need.
count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. I know that it's difficult. I'm stacking this paper, it's sort of habitual. I put a residual and f***ing your like it's part of my ritual, part of the visual. But money you give me it's typical. I wanted it physical. $1 million I count up in intervals. Without it I'm miserable. Don't wanna fall off, so I'm all in my bag. Thinking God like it's biblical. I know it's gonna solve every problem I have. I bought on the principle. Remember the teachers was all on my. Now look all of them pitiful. And all of a sudden I'm so good at math. Count it up, count it up, count it up.
What's going on, guys? For Complex.
Of a stacked fortune, black kid with dreams by any means to seize some cell phone keys to a black portion. That American pie, he just want a portion. Product of that environment that he was forced in. Change course when it's out of control. Feel it down in my soul. Fast forward and foresee that fork in the road. Listen, mention you on the road for a car whipping. It's mine.
This Jordan K54 special event is your chance to shine against the toughest players you've ever faced, including the
track.
Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hawk. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk. And get back. Run up on us and I'm gon' hack. Other dudes doing my taxes, I got friends. I put rings on them, honey. I'm married. You see my money and ice everywhere